What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Spanko and today I'm back with the deck profile for the Assault Mode combo that you guys saw yesterday. The combo is sick. You end on Savage and double Stardust Assault Mode. So if you guys haven't seen that already, make sure to check out the video and then come back to this deck profile because I'm going to be explaining the choices. I think this deck is insane, and I mean, obviously it's not going to be meta, it's not going to be tier 1, the best deck in the game, but it's definitely a fun rogue deck. It does some cool combos, and most of the combos are really just one card combos. So without further ado, we're going to get into it, but first, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the deck profiles, enjoy the combo videos, and you enjoy these kind of rogue decks, because I've been trying to show off new ideas that are not just the best deck, or not just the meta, and not just the same cookie cutter deck that you guys see online. So this is Assault Mode. Welcome to the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into the video, and we're starting off with triple Psy Reflector. This is your one card combo. You get to this card, you're safe. You have everything in your hands, in literally the palm of your hands if you start off with this card. So Psy Reflector is your best normal summon, best card to start off with. Next, you're playing triple Assault Beast. You actually do want to open this. A lot of people only play 2 in their profiles, but playing 3 is very important because getting the second Assault Mode activate in your hand if you don't open it already ensures that you actually are going to end up getting a second Stardust Dragon Assault Mode in your first turn. So you definitely need the second Assault Mode activate, and to get that, obviously Assault Beast is the best thing. Assault Mode activate itself obviously is really good to draw, but if you don't draw this, obviously Assault Beast replaces it and it's very important. This is also what you're going to be special summoning back with Psy Reflector to make your Halqifibrax play or just your generic Synchro play. So this is very important in that sense. Triple Assault Sentinel. Now Assault Sentinel is really good. Unfortunately, it makes it so that you can't go into your Halq play because it locks you into Synchro monsters, but at the same time it's perfectly fine because this gets you into your Psy Reflector, and then you're just going to end up on 1 Stardust Dragon Assault Mode, maybe sometimes 2. You just can't go into the Halq, Auroradon play and whatnot. So this locks you into Synchros, which is unfortunate, but it still does get you to your combo. Next, you are playing triple Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. Now, I didn't want to play 3, but there were awkward hands. They're not even awkward hands, but they were like actual legitimate hands where I made 3 of them. And the only way you can really make 3 of them is if you resolve like Gamma turn 1. If like, let's say your opponent responds to something you do and then you Gamma, it gets you an extra Synchro 8 on the field. So sometimes you can make the extra Stardust Dragon, which is going to get you your 3rd Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. Again, this is all assuming you open Assault Mode activate, which is why Assault Beast is here at 3. So it's very consistent all around, and so that's why I wanted to play the 3 of them. And then also, don't worry, if it breaks, it's not a problem because you are playing double Assault Teleport. I'll get into that when I get into that. But obviously you want these in your deck, and there's ways to get them in your deck even if you draw them in your hand. Next, we're playing a ton of hand traps because this deck can fit it, right? So we're playing double Ash Blossom, double Ghost Bell, double Ghost Ogre, double Gamma, as well as obviously the one driver for the Gamma. And the reason you're only playing 2 of each is because you don't want to draw multiples of the same hand trap. But on top of that, the reason you can fit so many is because, like I said, everything is pretty much a 1-card combo. Psy Reflector is a 1-card combo. Assault Sentinel gets you to Psy Reflector, which is still your 1-card combo. So because everything revolves around this card, you can really afford to play all these because all your other cards get you to Psy Reflector. So that's pretty much the reason you're maxing out on all these hand traps. Not maxing out, but you're just playing as many hand traps as possible. And I should mention that Bell is here because Bell is actually very important. So what happens with the Stardust Dragon Assault Mode, as well as this Assault Sentinel, actually funny enough, is that they tribute for cost. So Stardust Dragon Assault Mode tributes itself for cost to negate a card activation, right? Or a card or effect that is activated. So Stardust Dragon, because it tributes as cost, means that if it gets hit with a Call by the Grave, then the effect is negated. Now I know Call by the Grave is at 1, but the threat is legitimately there, and if there are other cards that can stop it in the graveyard, Ice Dragon's Prison is one of them, then that's why you definitely want to be playing the Bell, because it'll stop those cards essentially. It'll stop the Call by the Grave, stop Ice Dragon's Prison, stop any other DD Crows, I guess. And because you want this in your graveyard, you definitely want this to be protected. So the Bell does that for you. And then next, you're just playing some combo pieces, which is your Colt Wing, your Plague Spider Zombie, as well as your Unknown Synchron. These are very important because these are your combo pieces. Unknown Synchron is kind of one of those cards that's quote-unquote a brick, but it's actually really good going second, funny enough. So the reason you play this is for the Excel Synchron play, which, if you guys haven't seen the combo, again, go check out the combo. And this is really important to play in this deck, but the reason it's actually not bad, even if you draw into it, is because it is a tuner, it's a level 1, and also, if you're going second, you can special summon this card straight from your hand. Meaning that you can special summon this, normal summon something like your Assault Sentinel, and then you can go into your Halqifibrax plays. You can actually technically normal summon anything, and then go into your Halq plays. So that's why Unknown Synchron is actually very important in this deck, but really you're only going to be using it for the Excel Synchron play, hopefully if you don't draw it. But again, it does have dual use if you do end up drawing it. Next, we're playing double Assault Teleport because, like I said, these you want them in your deck. And Assault Mode Activate, if you guys didn't know, only summons from the deck, which means that if you have these in your hand, they're utterly useless. Like, they're actually absolutely useless. So you definitely want to get them back into your deck. How do you do that? Assault Teleport. So you return an Assault Mode monster from your hand to the deck, and then you draw 2 cards. That's insane. One, it gets this brick out of your hand, and then it makes Assault Mode activate live. On top of that, it's a draw 2. Now, of course, it's technically a 2 for 2 because you're going to be using Assault Teleport plus the Assault Mode monster to draw 2 cards, but it does reset your hand, and it does get you, like, let's say you were missing your Side Reflector or any piece of your combo, it does get you to there. So that's why it is still very important. Now, there is still the risk of drawing another Assault Mode monster. I know it sucks, but you still got to play it. It's the best opportunity or the best chance you have to really get this out of your hand. So Assault Teleport definitely had 2. Didn't want to max it out though because obviously we're only playing 3 Stardust Dragon Assault Mode. You can't play more. We're not playing any other Assault Mode monsters. So that's why you only wanted to play 2. 1 E-Tele because again, it's a 1-card combo. It gets you your Side Reflectors. Same thing. E-Tele is actually also really cool because it gets to your Ghost Ogre. And if you guys don't know, Ghost Ogre can be used from the field. So if you end up opening this and you have your full combo, you can actually just end up setting your E-Tele, and then on your opponent's turn, activate E-Tele, summon your Ghost Ogre, and then now Ghost Ogre is going to be another form of disruption for you. So E-Tele is both your 1-card combo as well as a disruption if the situation comes up where you can just set this, right? That's why it's really good. Triple Tenki. Tenki searches your Assault Sentinel, so that's why I wanted to play Triple Tenki. It's also a starter for you, because if you Tenki into Sentinel, then you can start your combo, but assuming that you have Reflector in your hand already, a lot of the time, I actually like to Tenki into Assault Beast, because if you Tenki into Assault Beast, activate Assault Beast effect, search your Assault Mode activate, you're getting cards out of your deck, even though you're technically not gaining advantage because you're going 1 for 1 every single time, but you are getting cards out of your deck, which means on my following turn, I'm not going to be top decking cards like this, right? I'll be top decking more useful cards, and these cards are going to be in my hand to start with, which means that I can already summon multiple Stardust Dragon Assault Modes, right? So do you guys see where I'm going with this? So that's why Tenki is really good, because it searches this, which is a really good normal summon, but if you do have access to Side Reflector already, then you can actually just search your Beast. Granted, you do want to keep 1 Beast in deck at any point, because Side Reflector, you want to search this with your Side Reflector really, so you definitely do want to keep 1 in your deck, but for the most part, you can be searching either one of these 2 and it's still really good. And then you're playing Extenders, Monster Reborn, Call by the Grave, because this deck does lose to hand traps. I mean, it's a rogue deck, all rogue decks lose to hand traps, right? So you definitely want to play this. 1 for 1. 1 for 1 is also your combo starter. If you open 1 for 1 with Assault Sentinel, it's really good because you can just ditch this to get to your Side Reflector anyways, and then you don't have to be locked into Synchro Monsters, right? Also, if you open 1 for 1 with Driver, you can pitch your Driver because Gamma can summon from anywhere. I don't know, anywhere. So that's why this in your graveyard isn't bad either. So 1 for 1 is really good, especially if you open your Driver or your Sentinel, because either way you're going to need the Side Reflector and you don't get locked into stuff, right? So 1 for 1 is really good. Triple Assault Mode activate, triple Back to the Front. Now Back to the Front is also really good because it makes it so that your 1-card combo goes from 1 Stardust Dragon Assault Mode to double Stardust Dragon Assault Mode at any given time. So that's why Back to the Front you want to max out on 3, and then 3 Imperm just because I think it's the best hand trap. Now this deck is actually very budget outside of the Imperm, so if you guys just don't have your hands on an Imperm, don't worry, just sub out this for Veiler. Like, you literally can sub it out for Veiler and it's not a problem whatsoever. So this deck is very budget overall. Also, if you play Veiler, you can maybe play only 2 Veiler, and then it cuts the deck down to 41 instead of 42. Just another option if you guys wanted to do that, but again, very budget deck overall outside of the Imperm, and even Imperm is not necessary. You can just change it for the Veilers again, like I said. So that's why this deck is very budget, very fun deck to play. And then on top of that, there's another way to play this deck, which I'm just going to talk about real quick, and that is playing traps. So instead of playing the hand traps, you'll be playing actual trap cards. The problem is you have to set your Assault Mode activate every single time, so that is going to take up spots from your spell and trap card zone. So if you open multiple traps, you have to pick and choose which ones you set. On top of that, if I wanted to play something like Trap Trick, which was what I was actually thinking about, it makes it so that I can only use 1 trap after I resolve Trap Trick, which means that if I have to some way Trap Trick for Assault Mode activate this, then I can't activate anything else that's set. So that's why I decided to go for the hand traps instead of the trap version. But the trap version is still very real because you can play stuff like Sanctum, you can play stuff like Ice Dragon's Prison. It's still very real to play that build, but I just thought the hand trap build was just a little bit better. Lastly, for the extra deck, it's pretty standard. It's all in the combo, but there's one card that I wanted to mention, and that's Formula Synchron. So we are playing 1 Savage Dragon, 1 Formula Synchron, which I'm going to get back to. Like I said, we are playing 1 Adamancipator Risen Dragite. Now this is really good because instead of making Savage, you can also sometimes make this. Really up to you which one you want to make, but in the combo you make either one of these. 1 Metal Marcher, obviously, for the combo. 1 Omega is really good if you open the Gamma. You can also do this play instead. So instead of making multiple Stardust Dragon Assault modes, you can obviously go into Omega. You can go into Excel Synchron, which is a key combo piece, so you definitely want to play this. 1 Berserker, just another level 8 that you can make if you wanted to. This deck makes level 8 synchros really easily, so you definitely want to play this. Double Stardust, I was playing triple originally, and then I realized, like, with the back to the front play with the Monster Reborn. I don't really need the third Stardust. Most of the time I'm going to be reborning it anyway, so Stardust Dragon is just at 2 is fine. You got one Barricade Board Blocker, one Hulk, one Link Ross, one Aurodon, all combo pieces, and then one Lambda. This is just because if somehow you can't get to your combo, you can just make the Lambda if you know you have a Gamma in hand, and then your Lambda is going to be live. So that's why you wanted to play this. And you guys might be wondering, why is there an extra spot? Well, the extra spot can be filled with any one of these. I noticed that during the combo too, I'm like, yo, there's ways to make level 9 Synchro Monsters. There aren't that many great ones though, to be honest with you. Vermilion Dragon Mech isn't bad, but you don't play tuners. I mean, all your hand traps are tuners. You can banish a tuner from your hand to pop a card your opponent controls. But again, do you really want to like banish a hand trap, right? Cloud Castle is pretty good because it's pretty big, so you can make this if you wanted to. Ravenous Crocodon is not a bad one either. But really, this is just a flex spot, whatever you guys wanted. I just wanted to show you some options. But the one I wanted to talk about was Formula Synchron. Now, if you guys watched the combo, you guys saw that I actually didn't go into Formula Synchron. However, there are plays where your Plague Spreader zombie, for example, will get hit with a Called by the Grave or get hit with a DB Crow or something like that, and you can't actually continue your combo. So what ends up happening is if you guys watch the combo, you know that with the Metal Marcher, you're supposed to be summoning back your Plague Spreader zombie. However, if you can't get your access to your Plague Spreader because, again, it gets DD Crow, Called by the Grave, whatever the case is, then you can actually just summon back your Psy Reflector because it's a tuner, so you can summon it back off of this, and then you can use the Psy Reflector plus one of the Link Ross tokens to make a Formula Synchron, and then you can get a draw. So that's just another way you can play it. Another card that I actually just thought of was Herald. You can play Herald in here as well because there's ways to do that. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you guys haven't watched the combo video, make sure to check it out because some of the things I said here relate to the combo, so you guys can understand how the combo works. So if you guys haven't watched that, make sure to watch that. This deck is very fun. It's pretty competitive, I'm not going to lie. Even though, of course, it's a rogue deck, I'm not saying it's going to be meta tier 1 or anything like that. But it's a lot of one-card combos, and you can play a bunch of hand traps. Like, what more could you ask for, right? So with that, guys, if you enjoyed, make sure to like this video. That's my 5th video for the week. 5 videos this week. I said I was going to do it, and you guys dared me to do it, so I did it. I'm here, 5 videos this week. Next week is going to be some pretty cool videos, so make sure to stay tuned and subscribe. And also turn on those notifications so you can get the videos as soon as they drop. Also consider joining the channel membership. All members have access to videos before they actually get released, so you guys get early leaks. You also get a bunch of other perks that you guys can check out. If you just press that join button at the bottom under this video, you guys can see that it'll tell you the perks. So if you guys like it, if you guys think it's for you, if you guys want to support me, support the channel, then you guys can definitely join. I would appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you. So if you enjoyed, like I said earlier, like the video, subscribe to the channel. With that, Spanko signing out. Peace.
My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit.